Today on Record Breakers, thousands of jolly bearded men attempt to break a record.
Israelis make a 300-kilogram cheesecake.
Make way, Popeye. Surinder Kumar eats iron, literally.
And an Australian man is milking his record attempt for all it's worth.
Because on Record Breakers, we know there's dream chasers.
We know there's serious risk takers.
And we know there's always record breakers.
If people are attempting it, record breakers are filming it. Get ready as we explore the outer limits of human achievement on Record Breakers.
Sri Lankan-born Suresh Joachim is attempting to walk his way into the record books for the 17th time as he tries to complete a 133-kilometre non-stop walk around Martin Place in Sydney's central business district with a full bottle of milk balanced on his head. We'll check to see if he's successful in his attempt throughout the show.
Despite 3 noble attempts to break his own Guinness record for the most 20-ounce beer glasses balanced on the chin, Ashrita Furman failed in his latest bid to break the record. Furman currently holds the record at 75 beer glasses, but 76 turned out to be an unlucky number for the eccentric stuntman. The Guinness guidelines for this stunt call for the stack to be balanced on his chin without using his hands for 10 seconds. But on this day, it wasn't Furman's chin or his sense of balance that failed him. It was the strength and stackability of the glasses. On each of his 3 tries, the sheer weight of the 76 high stack, which Furman says is upwards of 28 kilograms, caused glasses in the lower part of the pile to shatter. On his most successful attempt of the day, Furman was able to balance the stack hands-free for almost 6 seconds before it collapsed. Furman is no stranger to odd stunts like this one. In fact, he's made a name for himself by collecting Guinness records for strange feats, such as the pogo stick mile and the hula hoop run.
A Chinese dentist is claiming a world first with a tower made of human teeth, all in the hope of encouraging people to look after their gnashes. Dentist Yu Chi-yen fashioned his dental edifice from 28,000 decaying human teeth. Standing 2.5 metres tall, the tower took 6 months to make, and while it may not be everyone's idea of a work of art, it has a serious message. Yu Chi-yen, who has been working as a dentist for 30 years, sank his teeth into building the monument in the hope of encouraging people to look after their teeth properly. Chen's efforts were rewarded with a certificate from a Chinese office honouring great world achievements, and he insists that he only has ever yanked out teeth that need to be removed, and he'll continue to fight tooth and nail to battle decay.
Weighing in at little over 300 kilos, what claims to be the world's largest cheesecake was put on show by Israeli bakers. Whether it's the world's largest or not, the cheesecake had plenty to offer the unhealthy in the northern port town of Haifa. More than 250 eggs, 120 kilos of cheese, 40 kilos of sugar and 70 kilos of flour went into this creation. The Guinness Book of Records clearly has room to specialise further. It has an entry for the biggest cake, but not the biggest cheesecake. But this proud monument to culinary achievement came to a swift and sticky end. It was shared between local school children and needy families from the city.
A Colombian magician is attempting to spend 80 hours suspended in the air inside a cage in hopes of establishing a record and be entered in the Guinness Book of Records. Oscar Sisman from Bucaramanga in eastern Colombia began his challenge in his hometown. The magician and illusionist has been preparing himself for the challenge for days with a special diet. And during his time in the air, he will only ingest water and a vitamin supplement every 24 hours. As well as being inside the suspended cage, Sisman has decided to lock himself in chains as a symbol of protest for the close to 3,000 kidnapped victims who are still being held in Colombia. Although no official witnesses from the Guinness Book of Records are expected to attend, Sisman has asked for the South American Magic Federation to validate the act.
The Santa Claus Parade, an initiative which has been organised each December since 2001, took place with more than 9,000 people dressed up as the bringer of Christmas cheer, attempting to beat last year's numbers, which got them into the Guinness Book of Records. People of all ages and sizes turned up, thus maintaining the title of largest Santa Claus Parade of the world in the Guinness Book of Records.
Cuba broke its own world record for the number of people playing chess at the same time in the same place, with 13,000 players competing at the foot of chess fan Che Guevara's tomb. Former world chess champion and grandmaster Anatoly Karpov was on hand, playing 11 simultaneous games and encouraging people to show their skills. Cuba set the previous world record for multi-board chess play on December 7, 2002. According to the Guinness Book of Records, 11,320 Cubans played 5,660 simultaneous games of chess in Havana's Revolution Square. The event took place in front of the monument where the bones of the Argentine-born revolutionary icon Che Guevara lie in the central Cuban town of Santa Clara.
The world's hairiest men strutted their stuff at the World Beard and Mustache Championships. The competitions are held every 2 years, but this is the first time they've ever been held outside Europe. The entrants appeared to be enjoying every second as the crowd were treated to some strange sights, but it was clear they'd gone to great lengths to gain edge over their competitors and win the coveted World Championship trophy. Just growing the beard or mustache isn't enough. There are specific rules for each category, and in some cases the use of styling aids is not allowed, but in the freestyle categories, anything goes. A tremendous amount of primping and preening goes on behind closed doors before the competition takes place, but some of the more exotic looks just seem too hard to maintain in everyday life. All those whiskers might not appeal to every woman, but Albert Schmid says in Switzerland most of the women, at least 70% of them, love it because it's nice and soft. We'll just have to take his word for that.
A hairless 14-year-old Californian canine called Sam has been named the world's ugliest dog for the 3rd year in a row.
Back to check on Suresh Joachim's record attempt as he balances a bottle of milk on his head as he paces around Sydney's central business district. Spectators looked on in amazement as Joachim passed their eyes with the pint of pasteurised on his head. We'll be back soon to check on his progress.
The melancholic sound of Ikuka Kuawi's violin has a somewhat crystal hardness to it, but this may not be surprising as the sound comes from what is thought to be the world's first glass violin. Built by glassmakers Hariho of Tokyo, the violin is slightly heavier than the wooden versions, and all but the strings and the pegs are made of reinforced glass. For Kauai, the glass violin took a bit of time to get used to, but eventually it warmed up in her hands. Hariho is currently in the process of having its violins, which took $5.5 million to produce, registered with the Guinness Book of World Records. Kauai has become its official ambassador. Hariho did not plan to mass produce the instrument.
A Guinness World Record of 2,000 fish soups were cooked at the International Baja Fish Festival. The people of Baja are passionate about their fish soup. They claim fish consumption per person in this 40,000-strong town is the largest in Europe. As the town prepared to celebrate its 300th anniversary, the idea of a huge fish soup cooking festival was born. Originally, it was intended to put up 300 cooking spots for the fish pots, but already in the first year there were more than 400. By the year 2000, they had over 2,000 fish pots, and the town achieved a new Guinness record. Imagine the smell the town would have to put up with months after the festival has ended.
The German Alfred Lauer Big Band, resident band at the Robinson Club Holiday Resort, stage a concert 15 metres beneath the Aegean Sea in the Turkish town of Marmaris. The band performed for 22 minutes, including 12 minutes of singing. A notary was present throughout the concert to report it to the world-famous Guinness Book of Records. The musicians dived to a specially prepared underwater stage, and they began the concert by performing the famous New York, New York classic and continued with the Robinson Club's march. The band performed their first underwater concert in 1999, when the members of the band started to experiment with diving during their concert tours and started to take diving lessons. The Alfred Lauer Band's first concert beneath the water took place on a 48-metre-long stage and lasted 20 minutes, entering them into the Guinness Book of World Records.
With a collection of over 1,000 liqueur bottles in his room, anyone might mistake this 67-year-old for a drunk. But Mukund Lal Rathore is not interested in their contents, but many different shapes and sizes they come in. Rathore, who is living in India, says his fascination for the curious bottles has been with him for the last 40 years. The collection ranges from bottles in the shapes of books and daggers to those in the shapes of eagles, flasks and even a bunch of grapes. The first bottle was given to him by a liqueur company, and the eagle-shaped bottle so enamoured him that he started off the collection. Rathore says he wants to enter his collection in the Likma Book of Records, the Indian version of the Guinness Book of World Records.
Sadayoshi Morita has been in training for rugby matches at least 3 times a week for the past 70 years. The 90-year-old Japanese man, originally from the southern island of Kyushu, has been playing rugby for most of his life, barring the 3 years he was conscripted by the Japanese Imperial Army during World War II. Morita, who turned 90 early in November 2005, was recognised by the Senior World Rugby Championship as the world's oldest practising rugby player. He still walks for over 2 hours at a time, 4 times a week, to tone his muscles. He discovered rugby at the age of 19 at a local match in Fukuoka and has been playing ever since. Morita led the Yahata Steel team to 3 straight championships in Japan's Industrial League from 1950 to 1952. At 39, he retired from the team but could not abandon the game for long and joined a league for over 40s. Morita has no plan to quit his favourite sport until he's at least 95 years old. Then he says he'll concentrate on his second most favourite sport, golf, because that doesn't require him to run at full speed all the time.
Make way, Popeye. Surinder Kumar eats iron, literally. Surinder runs a restaurant and enjoys cooking and serving his guests, but Kumar himself prefers a rather odd choice of dishes. Forget curries and rice and bring on nuts, bolts, screws, nails and coins. Kumar developed his habit of eating iron 3 years ago and has since then been enjoying his iron feast at least once a day. He gulps down 15 coins along with the likes of nuts, bolts, nails and zips in a day. For the past 3 years, Kumar has been having a proper meal just once every day, with the iron products taking care of the rest of his appetite. He's now hoping to show his iron hunger in front of many more people, with an entry into the Guinness Book of Records.
The Waldorf, the Plaza and the Ritz will have to play catch-up if they want to claim the title of New York's most expensive hotel room. The new Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Columbus Circle boasts a suite with a whopping $12,595 nightly price tag, beating out the Ritz-Carlton by almost $100 as the costliest night to be spent in the Big Apple. The Mandarin Star Presidential Suite includes panoramic views of Central Park and the Hudson River, a baby grand piano, portable phone system, Asian-themed art worth almost $1 million, a full kitchen, formal dining room and living room with high-definition flat-screen LCD televisions. The exotic wood-panelled suite comes complete with high-tech surround sound, an entertainment system and French marbled foyer floors. In the master bath is a flat-screen TV, 2-person steam shower and a deep-soaking tub overlooking the park. So, if you mortgage your house, come stay here for a night.
The biggest single crystal diamond to hit the world market is set to be auctioned in 2006.
Suresh Joachim is still well on track to break the world record for balancing a milk bottle on his head. He carefully paced his way around the small square with a bottle of milk delicately balanced as night fell on the central business district. We'll be back shortly to see if he succeeded in his attempt.
Now for some Hollywood record breakers you may not be aware of. The record for the largest TV contract belongs to Oprah Winfrey, who in May 2003 signed a contract worth $279 million with American TV station ABC to host The Oprah Winfrey Show until 2008.
Walt Disney's Tarzan holds the record for the largest budget for an animation. The film, which was first released on the 17th of June 1999, was made with a budget of $150 million. It was the first film to use the deep canvas technique, which allows 2D hand-drawn characters to exist in a 3D environment.
Actress Jerry Hall said she was relieved and very proud to have entered the Guinness Book of Records by managing to appear in a total of 6 London West End musicals in one night. The charismatic Texan supermodel turned actress is no stranger to treading the West End boards, having previously made over 550 West End appearances prior to her record-breaking attempt on the 24th of February in 2004. Performing in front of a total number of 9,214 theatregoers, her efforts earned her a place in the record books.
Cuban-born singer Gloria Estefan holds the record as the most successful female Latin artist in the world, with her current total world sales standing at more than 35 million. In the USA, she's amassed 8 gold albums, 4 of which have passed the 3 million sales mark: Primitive Love, Let It Loose, Cut Both Ways and Greatest Hits.
The record for the most successful virtual band belongs to Gorillaz, with global album sales of more than 3 million for their debut. The release peaked at number 3 on the UK album chart and was nominated for a Grammy Award in 2001.
Well, Suresh Joachim has broken the world record for balancing a milk bottle on his head, with his performance taking approximately 29 hours. Joachim's latest achievement adds to his long list of 17 world records, including 3 long-distance running records, balancing on one foot for over 76 hours, standing motionless for over 21 hours, and travelling up and down escalators for over 225 kilometres. Suresh was cheered on by the many spectators who gathered to witness his record attempt. The tireless young man is, however, not intending to rest on his laurels. He's already planning an attempt at a triple English Channel crossing. That's all we've got time for. See you next time on Record Breakers.